Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the important topic of Unit First, that is binomial nomenclature. Myself, Balram Sai, Assistant Professor in Zoology, Government Women College, Bika. Binomial nomenclature. The word nomenclature is derived from two Latin words, that is nomen, which means name, clare means to call. So it means to call by name of any organism, and we can say it can be defined as the system which is responsible for giving name to an organism, which is universal, which is stable, and in order to avoid any confusion, the binomial nomenclature is used. If we discuss the historical background, common names are not authentic and cannot be used for scientific purposes because these names are changed from language to language, from place to place, country to country. Any particular organism can be known by some name in that particular region or a country, which will differ in other country, and a lot of confusion arises for the taxonomists. So the binomial nomenclature was first of all proposed by Carl Linnaeus in the year 1758. In this system, organisms are named and their name consists of two parts. The first part indicates the genus name and the second part the species name. In binomial nomenclature, certain rules are to be followed, which we'll discuss one by one. First, each binomial name of an organism consists of two Latin words. That is very important word. Every organism name will have two Latin words. First word will indicate the genus name, while the second word will indicate the species name. The generic name will start with the capital letter. It is very important. The first letter of the genus will be capital, and the species name with the small letter. The binomial name should be italics, or if it is handwritten then it should be underlined. If we take a example, the scientific name of human beings, Homo sapiens. Homo represents the genus name, sapiens represent the species name. The genus name is always, first letter is always capital, whereas species name first letter is small. The scientific name, if it is typed then it should be in italics. If it is handwritten then it should be underlined. Two taxa cannot have the same name. It is also very important. In case several names have been given to a single animal by different scientists, the earliest name is to be considered valid, while the other duplicate names are known as synonyms. The genus name is a single word and it must begin with the capital letter that we have already discussed. The species name may be a single or compound word. It must begin with the lower letter. The scientific name should be printed in italics. If it is handwritten or typed, it must be underlined to indicate the italics. The name of the author who first publishes the name should follow the species name. Example, Rana tigrina. Rana, genus name, tigrina, species name, and Dodd is the first author who publishes the name of this particular organism. When the name is changed, The original author's name and year is given in parentheses or in brackets. If we take the example, a white-fronted goose, first described by Giovanni Antonio Scopoli. The scientific name was Brenta albifrons Scopoli, 1769. But now it is currently placed in the genus Answer, so the name is changed from Brenta albifrons to Answer albifrons, and the author name along with the year is given in the parentheses. The name of the family is derived by adding IDAE to the name of the genus. If we take the example of Trypanosoma, the family is Trypanosomidae. If we similar case in the subfamily, the name is derived by adding I and AE. Example, if we are taking Euglena, the subfamily will be Euglenoidini. Binomial nomenclature. Certain essential requests have to be followed. Three important requests are to be followed, which should be in mind before giving any name to taxon. First is the uniqueness. The scientific name should be unique and individual. It must be the only name within that nomenclature in order to avoid any sort of confusion for the taxonomists. Second is universally or universal nature. The scientific name should be universal and acceptable throughout the world and biological societies. Ordinary names cannot be used in nomenclature because it is very difficult for taxonomists to learn names of taxa in ordinary language or common language, which may change from place to place, country to country, creating difficulty for the taxonomists. Third is the stability factor. Scientific names should be stable and authentic and cannot be changeable. Scientific name is the key to information about a particular organism. Therefore, even the principle of priority can be set aside by the International Commission. Advantages of binomial nomenclature. Certain advantages are there if we use binomial nomenclature, which are as follows. Each and every name of animal has been provided with the scientific name. Every organism will have a scientific name. The name always refers to only one animal. So no sort of confusion arises throughout the globe. The scientific names are international, that is one name for one animal having the different species. The scientific names are self-descriptive and they indicate the important features of animals. Here are the slides. In this slide, in the upcoming slides, I have made a intentional mistake so as to attract your attention and you have clear concepts about the binomial nomenclature and do not make the same mistakes after learning from this lecture. Lion, the scientific name given is Panthera leo. First letter is representing the genus name, second letter species name. I have already told the scientific name should have two words. Two words are there. First is depicting the genus name, the second is species name. That also here it is followed. First letter of the genus should be capital. It is also followed. First letter of the species should be small. This rule is also followed. Then what is the mistake? The mistake is if it is typed then it should be in italics, or if it is handwritten, then it should be underlined. So similar is the case in the coming slide. Cheetah, scientific name Equinix jubatus. This is the genus name, species name. The only mistake is it should have been italics. Dog, scientific name Canis familiaris. Similar intentional mistake here also follows, but in the last or the upcoming slide I made it correct. Peacock, our national bird, a very beautiful bird, known by the scientific name Pavo cristatus. Pavo, genus name cristatus, scientific name first letter, genus name capital, species name first letter small, and it is in italics. After this lecture, we have understood the various rules of binomial nomenclature. If we revise, the system of binomial nomenclature was introduced by Carl Linnaeus in 1758 in order to avoid confusion created by the name of organism used in common language. So the concept of binomial nomenclature was introduced, and in binomial nomenclature the rules followed are: the name of organism should be in two words, which the first word should indicate the genus name and the second species name. If it is in typed form, it should be in italics. If it is handwritten, then it should be underlined. And if the name is changed, then along with the genus name and species name, the name of the author along with the year in parentheses should be followed, and only one name for a particular organism will be used throughout the world in order to avoid any confusion. And after this lecture, all the things regarding binomial nomenclature are clear. And in the last, I would discuss about the trinomial nomenclature. In trinomial nomenclature, instead of two words, three words are used, and we can say the first word represents the genera, similar as in binomial nomenclature. The second word the species, and third word is representing the subspecies. And this system is followed when there are two or more varieties or subspecies are existing within a species. Like we take example, the house crow contain many varieties and they are named as Corvus splendens, and that is the house crow of India and Pakistan, and Corvus splendens insolens, that is the house crow of Burma, Corvus splendens protigatus, that is the house crow of Sri Lanka. But binomial nomenclature is the most accepted, that's why the more weightage was given to binomial nomenclature instead of trinomial nomenclature. After this lecture, all the rules should be clear, and you should also differentiate between the binomial and trinomial nomenclature. Thanks a lot for the attention, and in the upcoming lectures we will discuss the various subtopics given in the unit first. Thanks a lot again.